In this video, we'll be exploring the voice grouping options for the 8-voice synthesizer to create a key split instrument featuring a lush poly section and a biting mono lead. To begin our patch, we'll set our focus to the control area and link voices 1 through 4 in Group 1 and 5 through 8 in Group 2. Let's begin by soloing link Group 1 and then setting our focus to voices 1 and 2. For this patch, we'll use a medium cutoff with a high resonance and add some wobble using the LFO as our modulation source by changing the modulation selector. From here, we'll increase LFO1's rate to something relatively fast, and then increase the modulation depth. This will provide a nice consistent wobble to the chords. Finally, we'll set the oscillators to a higher octave for a nice mid-range chord sound. For some added interest, let's go back to the control area as our focus and bypass the linking using the power button. Now, we'll reset our focus area and apply some subtle offsets to each of the voices like the oscillator tuning, filter cutoff, and panning. With that done, we've created a lush and wide chord sound to use for our lower section. Now, let's solo out link Group 2 and begin working on our lead section. We'll set the focus to voices 5 and 6 and begin designing our lead sound by enabling the bandpass filter mode of the filter. We'll use a medium cutoff and a high resonance. In order to add some snapping attack, we'll also set up a short decaying filter envelope and increase the modulation depth. To make sure that the lead section cuts through the mix, we'll set the oscillators to a higher octave for a bright, cutting sound. With our link groups unsoloed, we can begin designing our poly and mono instrument sections. If we set our focus to voices 1 and 2, we'll ensure that the voicing selection is set to poly A. This means that the 4 voices in the top row will act as a single polyphonic synthesizer capable of playing up to 4 notes at a time. As for the second group, we'll set our focus to voices 5 and 6, and then set the voicing setting to mono last. This will link all 4 of these voices together as a single monophonic instrument with all voices playing at the same time. To begin key splitting this sound, we'll learn the range of the poly section first by clicking the Learn button and learning the lowest key and then the highest key of the range we want to use. Similarly, for the mono lead synth, we'll do the same and learn the lowest key and the highest key of the range we want to use. Since we've set this to use the chords in the left-hand section and the lead in the right hand, we should now be able to play a chord and then play a monophonic lead line on top. For a bit of added thickness to the mono lead synth sound, let's bypass the linking and apply some slight tweaks to the voices. To finish off our mono lead section, we'll set the control as our focus, and in the portamento area, we'll enable portamento for the mono group and increase the speed to just below halfway. Now, in the effects section, with a bit of added reverb and delay, we've created our key split patch featuring a poly section in the bottom and a mono lead up top. Let's take a listen to the final result. The Cherry Audio 8 Voice synthesizer is available now. For more information or to try it for yourself today, you can visit cherryaudio.com.